What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Willis Still HD, man, back at it again with another video. Now today we got it's something interesting that went on yesterday. When I was at work, I was looking at this, and I didn't know this until like yesterday. Like I didn't even know the Olympics started. To be honest with you, I thought it started around like August 1st, but I seen on here that Simone left the Olympic finals. They said that she was injured at first, and then it was like other things or whatnot. Then it said something about mental health. So I already seen this video, but I want to go over it again with y'all and just to share my thoughts on the whole thing because like I looked into it, all that stuff. We gonna check it out, man. Make sure y'all follow me on my IG. It's in my description. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, all that good stuff, man. Helps me out a lot. And let's get into the video, man.
From Tokyo, the Olympics, and it's huge news. Simmons Biles dropped out of the team competition for Team USA. It happened right after the vault when she simplified her more complicated jump midair and landed awkwardly. She received the lowest vault score of her entire career, consulted with medical staff, and left the floor. Simmons Biles offering this explanation afterwards.
I just felt like it would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my mindfulness, and I knew that the girls would do an absolutely great job, and I didn't want to risk the team a medal for kind of my screw-ups because they've worked way too hard for that. So I was trying at 2.5.
Now, what she just said, she said she didn't want to play or be in it no more because she was messing up. I understand that if you messing up, you kind of don't want to like keep messing up, you know. But no,
I ended up doing a 1.5. Just got a little bit lost in the air, which is really unfortunate, especially to have a score like that go up there for the team. I feel like I robbed them of a couple of tens, and we could have been a little bit higher in the rankings. I was like, I think the girls need to do the rest of the competition without me, and they were like, I promise you you're fine. We watched you warm up. And I said, no, I know I'm going to be fine, but I can't risk a medal for the team, so I need to call it. And you usually don't hear me say things like that because I'll usually persevere and push through things, but not to cost the team a medal. So they were like, okay, well, if Simone says this, then we need to take it pretty serious. And so I had the correct people around me to do that. It's very hard to lose a teammate, especially at the...
All right. Wait, no. I'm gonna let it finish out. I'm gonna let it rock.
I was really proud of all of us because we were going through so much. We were very stressed, put a lot of pressure on ourselves, but we ended up coming back.
We're fighters. We fought through this whole competition as a team and not as individuals, and that's what we needed. And like Suni was saying, at the end of the day, like, no matter what happened, we were just proud that we were able to do what we were doing with losing somebody that's so great.
It's been really stressful, this Olympic Games. I think just as a whole, not having an audience, there are a lot of different variables going into it. It's been a long week. It's been a long Olympic process. It's been a long year. So just a lot of different variables, and I think we're just a little bit too stressed out. But we should be out here having fun, and sometimes that's not the case. I say put mental health first, because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. So it's okay sometimes to even sit out the big competitions to focus on yourself, because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are.
For more, we welcome...
Now, all right. We just got done listening to it. So, my thoughts on this, from what I know, and from what I heard, she pretty much backed out because she was doing bad and she didn't want to keep doing bad, so she just stopped playing. I never heard no athlete say they backed out to focus on their mental health in the middle of a match. In the middle of the match, that's like Patrick Mahomes. Like, y'all remember that Super Bowl that they played with Tampa Bay? That's like him sitting out the second half because he's like, oh, I'm letting my team down. I'm focused on my mental health. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Like, The thing that really like irritates me with her sitting out is that like, hold on, I'm about to tell y'all. Okay, we're right here. The thing that irritated me about her sitting out is that look at the score. 128.03 and in the United States 127.23. It like imagine if she didn't sit out because she was so stressed out about her little mess ups that she was doing. They could have probably won first place. That's what I hate about looking at this is that I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing like live or whatnot. I didn't even know it was live, but like when you hear somebody sit out and they're the best player on that team, and then you see like they lose by like not even a point. They lost by like at least around like .80. If I had to take a wild guess, .80 or probably a little less than that. They lost by a little bit. They lost by a little bit. For her to sit out, it's kind of like she sat out and said it was meant she wanted to focus on her. She didn't say she wanted to focus on her mental health, but she did say that it's okay to sit out because it shows that you're a strong competitor. They don't really no. Like I can see if she said that like before she even got into all this, like let's say like around like trials. I can see if she backed out of trials and said that would have made way more sense than to quit on like the last like turn or like whatever. That would make sense. That would make more sense to do it back then than to quit now when you're like literally in the middle of it. That's like Tom Brady that's like Tom Brady sitting on the bench in the middle of a game because he's doing bad and he's trying to focus on his mental health. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make sense, you know. I'm not trying to bash or anything. Like they was all doing their thing. Trust me, but like when you look at this and then you hear that, it's like what the fuck, like, like I hate hearing that. I hate hearing that because he's literally like. It couldn't be mental health that it was literally her getting stressed out. That it was literally her getting stressed out about her messing up. That's literally what it was. And I don't know if she's gonna like participate in the rest of what she got going on within the rest of the Olympics with the beam and all that other stuff. I don't know if she's gonna compete in that still. I don't know, but they could have won it if she wasn't too hard on herself. She was too hard on herself, and that's why they lost. You know, she was too hard on herself. She wasn't. They would have won for sure. Like you literally see right here, they would have won. They would have won that. You know, but she was too hard on herself. It wasn't mental health. She was just too hard on herself, man. If you had to focus on your mental health, try to do it way sooner than to do it, or try to focus on it right in the middle of it in the important match or whatever you're in. Just for whatever athlete's watching, man. Yeah, that's all I gotta say right now.
Darcy Main, ESPN.com writer who's covering gymnastics for us over in Tokyo. Darcy, thank you for joining us. Take us inside the building. After Simone's vault, we saw the expression on her face didn't seem right. What was it like? What was the reaction in the building?
It was total confusion. Frankly, I'm still kind of trying to wrap my head around everything we saw, even though it was a couple hours ago now. You know, at the time, we really didn't know what had happened. The vault was certainly not what we've come to expect from Simone. She's one of the best in the world on it. And she really clearly...
Also, they said she was... Look, it said like... I remember saying earlier, it was like she was injured or something like that. I haven't heard of an injury at all. That's what makes me think that she just was doing it or left because like she just couldn't handle it up here. She couldn't handle it up here, man. She couldn't handle it. Mentally, it was stressing her out. Physically, it was already stressing her out. You gotta do all them flips and all them flips and all that other crap y'all gotta do. But man, yeah, I don't think she was hurt at all. She was just mentally not there. Like she was just thrown off because she kept doing bad. Yeah.
Something was off. You could see it on her face, as you just mentioned. Then she's talking to Jordan Childs, her teammate. Clearly, she's frustrated. And then when she leaves the floor, there was sort of this energy in the building that, frankly, I think just no one knew what was happening. And it was, well, is she injured? No one had noticed a limp or anything of that nature. But she walks off the floor, and everyone's just sort of sitting there scrambling. You can see everyone checking their phones. No one had a clue what was going on at that point. And even her teammates, as they walk over to bars, you could see they were pretty confused as well.
You know, I think it's such an interesting development, though, because the one thing we know about Simone Biles, besides her greatness, is her toughness. For her to make this decision to withdraw, Darcy, what does that tell you?
You know, in a lot of ways, it's maturity. Here's the thing. Gymnastics is a really dangerous sport. And she said this after in the mixed zone. If you're not feeling 100%, you're really risking yourself. You can suffer serious.
If you're not 100%, you shouldn't be out there at all. But at the same time, though, if you really want to win, then you out there, bro. I remember Matthew Stafford. I don't know if y'all know him. He's an NFL player. He used to play for the Lions. Dude had a broken, his shoulder came out of place. He's a quarterback. His shoulder came out of place. He still was on that field and ended up getting the Lions a win. I don't know if y'all remember that or if y'all even seen it. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it. It's all about if you want to really win or not. It's all about if you really want to win or not. No matter how bad you're doing, it's all about if you really want to win, man.
And so I think part of that was what we saw. And the other thing is too, she said this after as well, her confidence is kind of lacking at the moment. And she says recently, all of a sudden, she started to not trust herself the same way as she used to, which is kind of crazy when we think about how fearless she's always seemed. So that was really interesting to me to hear her say that, and she wasn't sure if it was age or what it was, but you could see she just was not feeling confident out there. And if you're not feeling confident, it's not worth the risk.
And that's why the next couple of days, as far as getting ready for the individual, I mean, you've got to question all of that, right? Because how, and I know we can't answer this question necessarily, but how does she at that level get confidence back when it's down at the Olympic Games in 48 hours?
Stop thinking about it. Just try to keep pushing. Yeah, that's just me.
I mean, that's a great question. And if I knew that answer, you're right, I'd probably be a coach at this point. You know, she said she really wasn't sure when she was asked about Thursday and whether or not she'd be competing. She said she didn't know. She was going to take tomorrow, see how things went. Team officials after said they had a plan in place. They didn't actually share what those details were, but one would assume it involves a sports psychologist with the team. I think she's just going to really have to see where she's at tomorrow and then make the call from there with what works best for her.
And I think that's the key. We can only imagine how difficult of a decision it was because it isn't just about her. She's the ultimate teammate as well. So huge development there in Tokyo. Darcy Main, so glad you're there to help us understand it a little bit better. Thank you for joining us live from Tokyo.
I guess that's that video. I don't really got nothing else to say. But hopefully, I don't know, Simone, you watching this video. Maybe not. I don't know. Hope you do good. Hopefully everything else go well. But I'll see y'all the next one, man. Let me know y'all thoughts and stuff like that in the comment section. Let me know if I thought about this completely wrong. I don't mind. I don't really care. But let me know y'all opinion on all this, man. And make sure y'all subscribe too, man. Don't forget to subscribe, man. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.